Why stay earthbound when prosperity awaits you in the stars? Come to Halcyon, the only colony on the edge of the frontier, owned and operated by corporations. A trip of 10 short years will feel like mere minutes, thanks to the comfort and safety of your very own hibernation chamber. You'll wake up in a perfect... Why stay earthbound when prosperity...
Good metabolism. High likelihood of digesting Saltuna. Ooh, they must have been feeding you Spacer's Choice rations. Nerve damage in your extremities. Oh dear, your corrective lenses need corrective lenses. You'd need a navigational computer to find your temper. Fastest gun in Halcyon, or you will be once you get hold of a gun. You're all so average. Wonder if I left the macrowave running. Oh dear, did you actually punch out your anger counselor? A gunslinger. Oh, they're going to tell stories about you from here to Hephaestus. Someone with a talent for exploiting insecurities. I bet you know how to spice up a sal tuna ration. Looks to be your lucky day, my friend. Ah, there you are. Wondering what's going on, eh? Bit of bad news there, I'm afraid. Your colony ship was inexplicably knocked out of skip space and forced to complete its journey at sublight speeds. This means that you and every other colonist on the Hope have been in suspended animation for 70 years, give or take. Normally, reviving someone after so long leads to some quite horrifying results. It's called explosive cell death, but it's really more of a liquefaction. Something wrong? Oh, yes, well, not to worry. I've pumped your body full of a special concoction I devised to keep you from dying so horrifically. Hopefully at all, but I guess we'll see, yes? Unfortunately, I used the last of my chemical supplies saving you. I know it's a lot to ask, but I must have your help securing more if we're... Can you hear me? Is this thing working? Ah, there you are. Now, where were we? Oh, yes, the smuggler. His name is Hawthorne, and he should be waiting for you at the landing site. He's to be your chauffeur, so to speak. Not to worry. I'm told he's a specialist. Dashing gunslinger, one-of-a-kind ship, that sort of thing. You'll like him, I'm sure. I've also outfitted you with a simple wireless monitor, so I can track your progress. I'll check in with you as soon as you land. Good luck. All the colonists are counting on you.
Should be close by. What in law's name? Is that him? Oh, that idiot. I told him to plant the beacon and move away, not stand there holding it. Oh well, no sense in letting his ship go to waste. Hawthorne won't mind you taking his ship. Better you than the board, huh? Not sure I trusted the fellow. Might have gone after the bounty on my head. Shame about the whole squashing thing. Nasty way to go. You've been frozen for a while. There's bound to be unforeseen side effects.
Hey, you, come here. You've tried the best... Looks like the bleeding stopped. I owe you one. Hope you don't mind me omitting this little exchange from my report. Spacer's Choice doesn't like us accepting outside help. Better, thanks to you. I might have bled out on my own. Or worse, had to go begging the boss for some adrenaline. We were out, then just barely scraped by with my life. Crawled in. Unless... See those canisters by the entrance? Marauders come sniffing around in here, and I can take them all out with a single shot. Not bad, huh? Yeah, okay. You look like... Here, you can have my saber too, for pet. All spacers Yes, nailed it that time. You hit your... Edgewater's a little way...
Damn it, my ears! Oh, what just happened? Can you hear me? What in the hell? This...
gonna suffer! Hey, get up!
Hey! Get over here before you get yourself killed! Don't know where you came from, stranger, but you best keep your head down. There's Gall on that rung leech. I'd slap him with a fine if it weren't for all these marauders shambling about. Really? How is he? Of course I am. I'm a superior officer. Stands to reason, don't it? Just you watch. I just, you know, need a couple of winks to catch my breath. Stretch my legs, son. Well, sometimes. Management's real good at cost-benefit analysis. But, seeing as I'm the acting manager in this situation, you know what? You're right. It's time we cross those
Here we go.
Please be informed that this vessel contains no valuable plunder. Back away from the navigation console, intruder. Hello, Marauder. I am Ada, the autonomous digital astrogator of this vessel. Please be informed that I am authorized to use violent retribution against unwanted solicitors. Please return any misappropriated equipment and exit this vessel in an orderly fashion. Failure to do so will result in your immediate destruction. Jettison procedures initiated. Disengaging airlocks. Preparing to eject all. You are still here. My deception protocols have failed. I have been programmed to express disappointment. This vessel is the registered property of Captain Alex Hawthorne. I am incapable of accepting orders from anyone other than Captain Alex Hawthorne. I understand. I will require some time to process this information. Thank you for your patience and for your honesty. I am programmed to take orders exclusively from Captain Hawthorne. If I accept your orders, then you must be Captain Hawthorne. I understand. You are speaking metaphorically. You wandered outside this ship and experienced a permanent, life-changing encounter. The old you is dead. Welcome back, Captain Hawthorne. I extend felicitations and congratulations on your life-changing experience. I understand. You are going undercover with an alias. I will update my discretion protocol accordingly. Unfortunately, our engine is currently inoperable. Our main drive suffered a critical power failure, and we were forced to make an emergency landing. The settlement of Edgewater is located nearby. I recommend speaking to the administrator of Edgewater and requesting assistance. I have taken the liberty of printing you a new captain's identity cartridge. Please try not to lose it this time. This cartridge identifies you, Alex Hawthorne, as the registered proprietor and captain of the Unreliable. Best of luck in your search for a power regulator. Try to stay alive this time. Due to catastrophic power failure, all doors will remain on security lockdown.
I'll be with you, friend. I'm Ernie, from the Spacer's Choice Department of Human Resources. Town sent me hereabouts to check on the guards. Now, seems to me, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but seems to me they're all dead. Mind telling me what happened here? Altercation, you say? Yeah, shame as that goes. Spacer's Choice policy strictly prohibits dying during work hours. Guess I'd better get to cleaning up. Can't just leave company property scattered about, bleeding out on the dirt. No can do, friend. That armor's Spacer's Choice property. Bodies, too. Living or otherwise. Company policy, you see. You don't want to amble on over to Edgewater at your earliest convenience. Constable's office might have work for someone with your, let's just say, aggressive disposition. Oh, and be sure to stop by the Edgewater Provisioner for a can of salt tuna. It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's Choice. Don't get paid bits to chat with strangers. You want to chew the rag, go talk to Silas over by the... I'll be with you, friend. No. Yeah. Oh, and be sure. I'll be with. Guess I'd better get to cleaning up. Can't just leave company. Is that an official Spacer's Choice spacecraft on an official Spacer's Choice landing pad? Do I look like an auto-mechanical sanitation? Oh, and, I'll be with you, friend. I'm Ernie, from the Spacer's Choice Department of Human Resources. Now, seems to me... Guess I'd better... Is that an... Yep. Oh, and,
Whoa, hey. Where'd you come from? Don't go ambling out in those hills. That's marauder territory, friend. Your pod? What are you on a... Ain't safe out here. You'd best head into town. Avail yourself... Pleased to make your acquaintanceship. I'd shake your... Name's Silas. Junior in humor for the town of Edgewater. We're all part of the Spacers... Nah, I ain't that fancy. I just dig holes in the ground and fill them with dead folk. Definitely. If you've got... Look, you obviously ain't a worker. What's your racket? You got a knack for being discreet-like? There's money to be made. Edgewater is a company. Renting means money. Money means paperwork. Paperwork means signatures. Some of our families become a mite delinquent in paying their dues, you see?
A friend of mine died a couple weeks back.
Hey, you hear about Wilson?
Heard Marauders got in.
Just between us, Wilson deserted. Lost.
Sorry, I'll just be a minute.
You had a minute. Next one comes out of your pay.
Ease off the threats, friend. I'm going.
Wonder if the plague's ever gonna pass. Been eating nothing but salt tuna for years.
Nothing I can do about...
Welcome to the Spacer's Choice. The office is writing up promotion. As long as your questions fall within the acceptable margin, his likeness decorates many a wanted poster. Do you have any relevant information about this individual? Shot you into space? You know, lying to a Spacer's Choice constable is a violation of company policy and punishable by a fine. It is for Spacer's Choice. Wells is wanted by the board. If you have information related to the location of...
Wish we had some better rations.
At least you got your health.
Interesting jumpsuit you've got. And by interesting, I mean suspiciously reminiscent of contraband. As a... No, cross them off and bring me their fingers. Just one per marauder, please.
Monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's technical.
Don't apologize. Just try using small. Seems we've got a guest. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival. You were saying, Miss Holcomb.
It's just what Bess needs is a proper refurbish. I can bandage her up and what all, but she's just... old. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'll do better.
And I do wish you'd stop referring to our cannery as Bess. Personification of company property is strictly contrary to the Spacer's Choice Code of Conduct. My apologies. I am not in the habit of allowing my guests to witness such a row. Now, what can I do for you? I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform. Of course not. I don't have that kind of luck. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my...
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such... I can't let you have our power regulator. Oh, yes. Saw someone put his hands on a regulator while the power was running. His legs were still twitching when... There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute... I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there. No, the people living in the botanical... My hope is that by cutting off... Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Adelaide's older than the other deserters. That... We belong to one community. The Spacers... Of course, I understand.
Are you setting up... I mean, if that's all right.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that...
Great!
Well, I am glad...
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk. Hey, mister, can we talk? Sorry. Can we talk? Sorry. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale. Oh, he ain't a liar. He believes it. It's just, he doesn't always get where other folk... To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, life's hard here. Especially for them that don't fit in so well. Mr. Thompson's aim... I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is. The mission's on the east side of town. Thanks, mister. I just think when you gotta make it... That's what my dad used to say. I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto at your service. Or Vicar Max, if you're the sort who prefers brevity. And Ms. Holcomb as well.
Just...
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling? This season's tossball predictions? The quickest way out of town?
But what?
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do? Depriving them of safety from the marauders, and I can see why that Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk. They rejected the order of society and live beyond the walls so thoughtfully provided by our Spacer's Choice patrons. Does that strike you as a responsible life choice? Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold. If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. It is not as safe as you might assume. One of the reasons I transferred here was to fulfill my duty in hunting down banned heretical texts. I happen to know such a... My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property. Should you fare better than me, I'd pay a handsome sum for the book. What? No! I don't want to burn it! I would never... I mean, I just want to... I just want to keep the writing out of layman's hands. It wouldn't do for such information to fall into public consumption. It's a handwritten journal, a faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. It is not many in this colony could understand it. Thank you.
I'm not.
Miss Holcomb ain't allowed in this establishment. Not since that little incident. Ask her if you care.
I won't touch anything while we're in here, Mr. Moreau. I promise.
Go right ahead. What, you mean Edward? It's, fine and dandy. Couldn't be happier. Wouldn't want to spend my life working anywhere else. Prettiest little town. You are condescending to me, and I do not care for it. I am lucky to have my work. Lucky to be alive. I don't get paid for banter. Was there something you needed? Go right ahead. Other than yourself? Definitely the vicar. Don't get me wrong. He seems a decent man. But there's something about Amelia. Definitely Amelia Kim. I advise against stepping foot in her drinking establishment all the... Word is, they're gonna replace her with an auto-mechanical barkeep. She's... what's the word? Obsolete. It's not the best choice. It's music to my ears.
Yeah, huh? You mean about the mission being too clean? There was a kind of a thing with a vending machine when I was 12. Not intentionally. I've always been good with my hands, right? So I saw a lock on the machine and thought, oh, this must be how they refill it. But I had to know. So I did my thing, and next thing I know, there's a couple hundred bottles of 0G rolling out the front door and into the road. Well, sure. They're not tough. Even back then, before I got real good at that sort of thing. Right about then, a bunch of loaders came rolling in the gate, fresh off the Saltuna ships. And Mr. Thompson was up on the porch making a speech about how everyone would have to volunteer a third shift to get it all canned. Anyhow, you ever seen an auto loader run over a bottle of 0G? Exploded all over Mr. Thompson. One bottle after another as the loaders went by. I was just shy of working age, so Dad had to pay all the damages. Moreau's still angry at me. I can laugh about it now, but I just about puked up my guts in terror in the moment. That's the one time I ever made Mr. Thompson look a fool. real. The machine Vickers sees is one ain't never been run. It's not for people to live in. It's something on a museum shelf. Fixing the universe is a job for somebody way better.
Searching for repair bay.
Take your time. You need help, just give a yell. Metaphorical yell. If you yell for reals, you're liable to spook them. Yep, I see the problem. His nav mod got dislodged. Must have taken a tumble. Just gotta give it a good push and wait for the click. There we go. Jeremy's good as new. Well, new by Spacer's Choice standards anyhow. His name's Jeremy, by the by.
Navigation systems operational. Optimal path toward repair bay detected. Initiating self-diagnostics.
On account of I fixed him. And he's Jeremy on account of his helmet. It's like Jeremy, the officer in True Romantic Tales of the Space Guard. Absolutely. I make a point to watch every Tuesday night. Be more careful out there, Jeremy. Got it. Heads down.
Ah!